How do we start this?
I don't know. Hi.
What up?
Welcome to... This is terrible.
But it's endearing too.
Is it? I think
Maybe.
it might just be terrible.
No, I think it'll be endearing.
Okay.
Okay. We're a little uncertain about what we're doing.
Yes. Because I had the big idea to make a video intro for our wedding website because I had seen that some other couples did it and I thought, oh, how lovely and nice and congenial of them and welcoming. They maybe had it scripted. We do not.
We live off the cuff.
Because McLaughlin said, okay, let's just do it right now. I think in an effort to get it over with.
No.
Maybe.
We fly by the seat of our pants. That's what it's all about.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
I promise our vows will be scripted.
Very structured and scripted. Yes. What? Is that not true?
Just start telling our story. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to who we are as a couple. I'm sorry.
I think you're getting a good
And-
sense of that right now, actually.
And to tell, because I thought it would be nice for those of you who haven't heard the story of how we got engaged, how we met, how we started dating, who we are. Some of you might know one of us, but not the other. I thought this would be kind of a nice way to, introduce things and tell our story.
Okay, so the story of us is a long one. It's very long. I have loved Britt Sondriel
Oh, here we
for
go.
decades.
No.
Decades. I have known that Britt Sondriel is the person I was going to marry.
This is interesting for me because I haven't heard this story, so.
We met at Maine Media, the workshops, which is great. And we met when I was an intern. And she was a teaching assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And the exact whereabouts of where we first met are slightly disputed.
That's because McLaughlin has no long-term memory.
That's not true, actually. I know exactly where we met for the first time.
Where did we meet for the first time?
We met with Kevin.
No, that was not the first time we met. Now he's just saying things to make me angry on purpose.
That's not true.
That's actually true.
It's to make you happy.
Oh, is it? Is
Yeah.
that what you're doing?
It's
Aww.
happy. So we did not date that summer.
Yeah, nor do we agree about anything that happened basically that summer. But we do agree that we met at some point.
We did meet at some point that summer.
And can I just say,
Okay.
because this is actually very sweet in my memory.
It is.
We met, the first time I met Tim, the conversation from my end did not go very well because I walked away feeling kind of like, wow, you are an awkward person. And this man is really normal and you need to leave him alone because he's too normal for you.
Oh,
Because he had a baseball hat and wore t-shirts and he just seemed very normal. Little did I know. And then the second time that we had a conversation, he actually made me laugh, and I thought, this guy's kind of funny. There might be something to him.
yeah.
And then he went to a different party. My friend and I were supposed to hang out with Tim at this party because we had decided that we were all relatively antisocial people, and so we were going to band together to feel comfortable at the party. And Tim went to a different party, stood us up. So, auspicious beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auspicious. And because of that auspicious beginning, I couldn't manage to get her to go out on a date with me for 2 years. So,
Hey, you stand a girl up. That leaves a memory. That leaves a
Yeah.
mark.
okay. All right. Well, that's apparent. It definitely left a mark. We talked. We kept in touch for 2 years. I finished grad school down in Florida, and she was working. She got a job in Maine, and she also went to school there. And we kept in touch. We weren't, it wasn't constant, but
No.
we kept in touch.
Yeah. We'd
And-
have phone chats every
Yeah.
now and then.
then I got a job in Maine after I finished grad school and came up, and we started dating pretty soon after that.
Well, let me preface that by saying that I was pretty excited when I found out that you were coming up to Maine and had a job, because it kind of felt like a second chance, maybe. Yeah. And, you don't always get those in life, and that was kind of nice. So when he came up, I felt like I was being pretty clear about my my interest. And within like half an hour of being back in town, McLaughlin asked me to coffee. I asked for a rain check because I had plans, and then he asked someone else out.
I didn't ask someone else out.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
That's kind of not true, actually.
Anyway, letting bygones be bygones. We started to hang out and just have a good time and be friends, and we started to... He seduced me with This American Life. And it was fun, but I kept thinking, I was waiting for him to ask me out because I thought he understood that that's what I wanted. But
yeah, she says it like, well, anyway, it took me a while because it took her 2 years to even. Yeah, well, I asked her out finally. Apparently, that was very clear. I maybe misread the situation slightly. Yeah. It was a very lovely first date.
Amazing first date.
Yep.
I was swept off my feet.
Yeah. I kind of had an indication that this might be the last date. Wait, this might be my last first date. Yeah. So.
He bought a rice cooker for the date.
And a blender, which I never used.
Yes.
Yes. And 100 feet of plastic sheeting. I should probably explain that.
Yeah.
I used it to cover the porch I was projecting a movie onto because it was supposed to rain that night.
Yeah. And it did.
It did.
But it was a very sweet first date because he projected, it was basically, we had like a little miniature outdoor movie theater that he had built just for the two of us, and showed a movie that we both loved called Lars and the Real Girl, and it was very romantic and very sweet, and it was just raining softly, just a little bit. And that was our first kiss. It was really nice. Yeah.
It was great. So fast forward almost 2 years.
2 years. 2 moves to New York.
Yeah.
Lots of meeting families and holidays and
getting new jobs and moving down to Brooklyn. And, we were back up in Maine, moving out, and we were on our way actually out of leaving Maine, and we stopped by this spot in Maine that we both really like on the coast. And
for those of you who are familiar, it was the Breakwater, the Rockland Breakwater.
Yes. It's a lovely place. Yeah. And I had an overwhelming feeling that this was the time and place to propose. And I had no indication when I left that weekend that I was going to be proposing, so I, in typical fashion, had nothing planned. I didn't have a ring. I didn't have anything prepared. It was just felt like the right moment. And I think both of us felt that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were on the Breakwater. We might have had a couple shots of coffee brandy. Lovely, by the way. What?
It just always makes it sound like, to me, like we were drunk.
No, we weren't.
We weren't.
No. We just had a couple sips of coffee brandy.
One of our favorite things ever.
Yes.
Only to be found in Maine, by the way.
That's right.
There's a lot of very good things that you can only find in Maine.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Anyway, despite this, I'm still willing to marry him and want to marry him.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So he proposed.
I proposed.
And he asked me, his exact words were, yeah, I'm going to tell this story. His exact words were, do you want to get married? And
clear, concise, straightforward. What?
I said yes, and I thought it was a proposal, and we celebrated as though it was, and then we took a walk down because I thought, we should document this moment. We should take a picture. So we walked down to the ocean to take a picture. On the walk back, I kind of hesitantly, because there was still a question in my mind.
If I actually proposed.
I turned to him and I said, honey, are we engaged? Is that what just happened?
Yes.
Because I wasn't sure. I thought maybe he meant, someday, do you want to marry me?
Oh, God. It's a marriage proposal that only we could do.
Yes.
Yes.
Slightly confusing, but still charming and
endearing. Charming, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
So that's the start of the thing that we're inviting you guys to.
Yes. Good luck.
Yes. Good luck is a good way to put that. Thank you. And I think I can speak for both of us in saying thank you.
Yeah.
For making the trip. Because we know how far away it is. But we really appreciate that you would join us. It means a lot to us.
It really does. The one thing that Tim and I really wanted to be at the heart of our wedding was for it to be an opportunity for all of these different people from all different parts of our lives to come together and get to meet each other, and more importantly, to spend some time together. And we really hope that is what this weekend will afford, an opportunity for people to see each other who haven't seen each other in a long time, and also people who've never met to meet each other and hang out and get to talk and just enjoy time together. That's really what we want the center of this celebration to be. So, yeah. All right. So, see you in May.
Yeah. That's where I'll cut.
Okay.